So now we know why America really didn't want us to see what they was doing over in China. And if you don't know, click the search bar and see how China just exposed America. That designer that you've been spending your money on, $200, $300, $400, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, all of your hard-earned money basically been going to knockoffs, if that's what y'all want to call them. Canal Street specials, if I might say. China is basically saying that your favorite designer gets their bags, their clothes, their shoes made in China, not Italy. So when you thinking you getting the finest of threads, you getting them from China. And now China is saying that they got them for the low, like they been had them, but they just not keeping it a secret no more. So what they're saying is that designer that we've been wearing, they've been making, and they make it for cheaper, and we might as well not buy that designer that we've been buying. It's kind of strange to me because a lot of people been losing their lives to get designer. It's a lot of people that lost their lives over designer. And you're telling me that China's been making it? All I can say is this trade war is exposing the real from the fake and the fake from the real, if that makes sense.
Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is something that is really going on, and a lot of people have been like, I've been seeing a lot of celebrities, a lot of girls, a lot of men, like, giving out like this bougie, look and being designer, and especially when it comes to the Birkin bags, like those are mostly the most, I would say, expensive bags like anyone could ever be offered to, and a lot of people are like so willing to do anything to spend a lot of money just for them to get access to these bags. And then here we are with this tariff process that Trump is putting on China, like this trade war that is going on, and China is coming out to like expose it's coming out to expose like brands, and I'm sure like when this happens, like they are going to lose a lot of money because a lot of consumers are going to be like, hey, wait, I am spending these chunks of money when other people can actually access this thing at a cheaper price. And wait, I thought this is something that comes from the US or from like Italy, from France, from our countries as Western countries. Like, you're gonna tell me you guys just design, draw things, but the makers are in China, and you've been making us pay like lots and lots of money? Like, how is that even fair? How is that even okay? This is really going to crush a lot of companies. Like, they really have to prove and bring a lot of proof for them to show people that, hey, we really make these things. And it's quite also interesting that China had the love and this acceptance to be the ones that make these bags, or like these Asian countries to be the ones that make these luxury brand items. But they decided that, what, you can take the things, like pay us our money, and put your name, put made in your countries, like it's okay. And then here they're coming out and exposing everything. Like, this is something to really see and look into. Like, oh my God, a lot of Western companies, a lot of Western businesses, a lot of Western people thrive off of minority groups, and they have no excuse or no way out. But yeah, guys, listen to a lot of people and what they had to say about this. Let me know your thoughts.
First of all, I thought we already knew China been making our luxury brands. First of all, China is literally the king of dupes, literally. Because not only are they making, all of our luxury brands, but here in America, when you see the Asians, the Koreans, the Chinese, they will order a lot of these luxury brands offline. But then they will bring it back into the store for a refund. But before they bring it back into the store for a refund, they study it, remake it, and then bring the original item back into the store. They create a dupe. Like, they've been ahead of the game. I noticed this when I was working at Abercrombie and Finch on 5th Avenue. This was probably like in 2015. And they kept bringing all the... They were the main ones that would just keep bringing their stuff back. And I'm like, why are they bringing their stuff back? But then I would look at their clothes and they would have it on, the coats, everything. And I'm just like, these people are creating dupes, like duplicates. And then it confirmed, because one of my other coworkers, they was telling me, they was like, yes, they're the main ones who bring stuff back because they just remake it. I'm just like, that's crazy. Pure talent. Pure talent. Ahead of the game. Like, they know how to save money to the T. Like, they really don't care about the brands because they literally can just remake it themselves. I'm scared of them. Honey, the whole continent of Asia is just far too advanced for me. too advanced. Even the rural, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like places that aren't even like, big on technology, they're still ahead of the game. It's so crazy.
Here's what they won't teach you in school. America didn't lose manufacturing, we gave it away. Not because we couldn't do it, but because our government policies and corporate leaders made it easier and cheaper to send it overseas. In the 1970s and 80s, US policy shifted. Instead of protecting American factories, Congress cut deals and signed trade agreements like NAFTA and China's entry into the World Trade Organization that made it easy for companies to move production to countries with cheaper labor. These weren't accidents, these were choices made to benefit Wall Street and not working people. As factory jobs disappear, America reinvented itself, but not in manufacturing. We moved to design, branding, tech, and entrepreneurship. Think Apple. See, the iPhone was designed in California, but assembled in China. The money is in the brand, the marketing, the software, not building the product. So America became the land of Legos and not labor. Meanwhile, China did the opposite. See, they focused on becoming the world's factory. They invested in production, they trained their workers, and they scaled up. Now they don't just make toys and t-shirts. They build electric cars, solar panels, and advanced tech. That's why China leads in global manufacturing today. They never abandoned it. But here's the problem. America got so obsessed with being innovative, we forgot somebody else has to build the things we dream up. And now we depend on other countries for everything, from medicine to microchips. The truth is, manufacturing didn't disappear, it moved. And our own policies pushed it away. So when politicians like J.D. Vance or others are blaming foreign workers, ask them this: who passed the laws that made outsourcing easy? Who gave tax breaks to companies that shut down American factories? Who benefits from this system? It's not Chinese workers. It's American CEOs, hedge funds, and politicians. If we want real change, we need to stop blaming them and start holding our own leaders accountable.
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say? Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike, bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty products? Well, we only make them for $10. Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. 10s across the board. I told y'all, in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not everything is made cheaply, and learning about websites like Taobao, y'all better get to getting while the getting is good.
I'm so confused because Hermes clearly purports that all of their bags are handmade in France and their watches are made in Switzerland. In their verbiage, there is no room for confusion about where their products are manufactured. There's no room for China. But in the beginning of that video, that nice Chinese man is clearly standing in front of what appear to be Hermes bags, saying that these are the bags that we manufacture. I noticed he didn't say Hermes when he called out all the brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Coach. But the implication was very clearly there. And if Hermes products, specifically their bags, are made from beginning to end in France, why would their valuation drop with the news that Chinese manufacturers are spilling the tea? It says right here on their website, the vast majority of our products are manufactured in France. And they talk about sourcing cashmere from Mongolia, blah, blah, blah. But absolutely nothing about China. And those purses that man was standing in front of were identical to Hermes bags, correct? So does that mean Hermes is lying to us? At least lying by omission? Or are their bags beginning to end manufactured, designed, whatever, in France? I'm so confused.
For everybody that used to be mad at the girlies doing their DH gate hauls, to the front, to the front, to the front, to the front. Listen, China been on TikTok exposing your favorite brands. All the Lulu girls with the Lulu on your butt, to the front. I've seen so many videos of these girls that be spending thousands of dollars, mad at girls that spend a good little $50, $60, $100 here and there for the exact same bag. And some of y'all be like, I can tell immediately. Can you? I'm sure even in the worlds of fakes, there are levels to this shit, right? But for years, we all know Nike has sweatshops. All of these other companies, they have sweatshops. And where do y'all think the sweatshops are? Y'all talking shit about Shein, but it's the same fucking quality as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Same factory. We've been saying it for years. It's coming from the same manufacturers. It's coming from the same manufacturers. And y'all are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is made in France. It's made in Beijing. They just take it over there right before it's finished and they slap a little finishing touches on it and say, made in France. And y'all shell out thousands of dollars. And hey. Once again, I'm not against buying what you want, but this goes down to let people buy what they want. If someone wants the look of something, even if they like the look of the fucking logo and they say, but I ain't paying $12,000 for it because it's not worth Sometimes I just want y'all to admit that y'all just like the name. Y'all just want the brand. Y'all just want people to think that you have money. You don't want it because it looks good, because a lot of times, a lot of y'all be throwing on designer from head to toe and look a fucking mess. Look a mess. Oh, you know how much this fit worth? I don't care. It look like shit. It look like shit. And I swear, sometimes I feel like these designers be doing this shit on purpose. They like, look, we finna make the ugliest fucking outfit called $5,000. Watch, they gonna buy it. And y'all buy it. And y'all literally buy it. When Kanye dropped his hobo collection, y'all was, oh my God, this is so futuristic and amazing. Post-apocalyptic fashions. Y'all talk shit about people that wearing Skechers, but y'all got on them big ass, bulky ass, fucking Bottega shoes, walking around looking clunky with skinny jeans on, and they have the nerve to talk about, man, you know how much I'll put that shit on. China said, since y'all bitches want to play with us, we finna expose you hoes. DJ T done fucked up everybody. Like, all of these companies finna be hot. I know all of these fucking luxury brands is in a group chat right now. Like, get this bitch out of here. Get him out of here. He is fucking it up for everybody. And China also said, by the way, we're going to make it easy for you to get a visa to come over here for 10 days. And you can just come buy this shit tax-free. No tariff. Not for you, baby. Not for you, baby. They haggling like, I don't know if you've ever been to China. Well, I've never been to mainland China. I've only been to Hong Kong. But I'm sure it's, relatively same type of like, culture. And this is the haggling they be giving you. Like, listen, don't tariff. No tariff for you. No tariff for you, pretty girl. No tariff for you. Okay? Don't even worry about it. Just come buy the bag. Come buy the bag. Listen, I've been... Okay, what's the street called? I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't been there. But there's this alley where they have all the designer stuff in Hong Kong. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, now.
Quite frankly, we can all agree to disagree, but like the Western governments or countries, they are good at marketing. They are good at branding. They are good at, putting something in and glitter and, pushing it out. Because, it's what they are good at. But when it comes to, like, making things, crickets, when it comes to who built their countries, it's African people, black people. But when you ask them, they're like, oh, no, it's us that actually did that. No, you had the plans and actually used force to use other people to do or execute your things for you. So you literally cannot survive without these other groups of people. And China is proving it right. Like, it's a country, it's a place where they really push to teach people on how to do things manually, like things with hand. And it's something that a lot of Africans are also used to do. But then with colonization that happened, it was kind of taken away. But I feel like now it's coming back. Like, a lot of Africans are starting to do things that, are from the brain, but also with hands, because that's what, helps nations grow. Like, China is proving it right. And now when it comes to, like, the people in the US, they don't quite understand like why are we the ones like now suffering. Like you are suffering because you don't know how to survive on your own and you depend on other groups of people. That's why even when it comes to the wars that are happening in African countries, your governments come to our countries in Africa, okay, destabilize our governments, sponsor things to be happening so that they can be able to extract our resources, take them and bring them to you guys in the Western countries for you to have a better and comfortable life. And now that a lot of these other countries are like, wait a minute. Okay, the US might have been really, out there and doing its thing, being a bully, being a destabilizer, because, they are the biggest terrorists out there. Everybody knows. But now we feel like actually we can survive without it and we don't need it anymore. That's why you're going to see like China is not fazed by whatever threat the US has to give, because they know they give most of their products to the people of the US than the US gives to the people of China. That's the reality. And it's the same thing African countries, African nations need to come up with and have that strength that when we wake up one day and we're like, wait a minute, we have every resource, we have everything, we have the people, we have the labor, we have the brains, we have everything that we need. So maybe we do not even have to be like under these people or even listen to them, because what do they have? Yes, they can have their buildings, but we have the materials, we have the resources that help them to maintain that in their countries. If we stop giving into that, like the way Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso is doing, I promise you, African countries would be different looking right now. We would be looking different. But hey, what can I say? Our leaders are just for themselves, and I always say that. I will never deny it. They do not give a F. They don't care. So it hurts a bit to see like a Chinese person stand for their people, and then you as an African, you're like, but we have everything. But is your leader, willing to come up and, talk about or say things like how China is like, what, we don't care what you say, we don't care what you do as the US. You don't order us around, like you don't tell us what to do. No, they would just go there and shake hands and sign things and sell our resources and sell us off and not even, not help us in any way, because, it makes them feel good for themselves. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. And, we keep asking like, who will ever respect, black people ever? Until African people and African leaders are respected, no African or black person is ever going to be respected. And I always say that the only time African leaders come out and they are so proud, so strong, and don't even have to like negotiate is when it comes to homosexuality. That's when they're like, no, we don't accept that. We are Africans, we have traditions, we have cultures. We do not buy into that. That's the only time these African leaders can all agree on one thing and actually make it stand and even put big laws that make sense. Coming to economy, finance, resources, and growth of the African continent, they are nowhere to be seen. So I really love seeing this for China, but when is it going to come to African nations? When is it going to be in our African nations for us to be like, we don't care what the Western countries say or do, we can survive? I'm waiting for it, and I hope I'll see it one day, because it needs to be in action, like really, really bad. The empire of the West is falling badly. We need to build ours. We as Africa need to build ours. China built its own. It's time for us to build our own, and I stand on that. But yeah, guys, you heard what people had to say. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on it. How is this gonna end? Like I'm really rooting for this side of China, because really, what has the US done for Africa? They come to dictate. They don't bring anything. At least when it comes to, China, okay, they're not the best. I'm not defending them, but at least they show something. They show something. Guys, that is it for me in the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm always posting. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.